side. Okay, there we go. All right, welcome. We are going to be talking about how to move abroad from the United States. We're going to be talking about living abroad. I'll be sharing my digital nomad journey. I'll be answering your move abroad questions a little bit later on. I'm also going to have a special offer for y'all, for anybody who's interested in getting everything that you need to move abroad. But first, let me see a number one in the comments. If you're new here, if it's your first time joining any of my lives, drop a number one in the comments for me. If it is not your first time, if you are not new and you are back, drop a number two in the comments. And if you want to move abroad in the next 365 days, if you want to experience living outside of the United States in the next 365 days, let me see a number three in the comments. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. Please make sure y'all are double tapping that screen. I really appreciate y'all showing some love. It is free for y'all to double tap. So please remember that IG is for lurkers and TikTok is for lovers, and show your girl some love. If y'all know anybody who would be interested in moving abroad or living abroad, please make sure you share this with them, because they might have their own questions, okay? You might have somebody you're trying to convince to move abroad. Let them know. I'm right here to be a resource for you. So even though I grew up black and broke, lower middle class, not knowing anything about the things that you see me doing right now, living abroad, making money online, like learning how to travel on a budget, these are all things that I have learned how to do. And I go live so that I can be a resource for y'all. I go live so that I can be here to answer your questions. So yeah, whatever questions you have about moving abroad or living abroad, drop them below in the comments. Thank y'all so much for the hearts. Please continue to tap that screen. For anybody who is new here, drop a number one for me in the comments. Y'all, please don't be lurking on me today, okay? I need y'all to talk back to me, okay? I'm that live creator. That's who I am. If you're like, no, I don't want to talk, like, this ain't the live for you. I need people to talk back to me, okay? Otherwise, my feelings get hurt. You feel me? Thank you, Elizabeth. Good morning and welcome. Let me know where y'all are joining in from, by the way. Where are you at? What time is it? West Coast, are y'all awake? East Coast, you better be here representing, okay? I'm in Medellin, Colombia. It's 11:37 a.m., but let me know where you're joining in from, and let me know what time it is. Thank y'all so much for the hearts. Hi, Free. Sorry, driving, but I'm listening from Philly. No, you're all good. I know, like, I do have to remember that I often like listen to things while I'm doing other stuff. But I just want to put that reminder out there that y'all, and not just for me, for anybody on live, it's not always easy, like, showing up and just talking into a screen. So, you know, anytime you are joining anybody's live, you know, if you can, you know, double tap, drop a comment, whatever. It really does mean a lot. Kiera is also in Colombia, period. Do you live there or are you visiting? I'm here for it. Who else we got in the house? Rep your city, rep your state, rep your country. Let us know where you are. Oh, I saw Philly as well. Okay, so we do got some East Coast in the house. I was born and raised in North Carolina, so I'm always repping that East Coast, okay? Always. I'm a full-time traveler, period. Is it your first time in Colombia? Like I said, y'all, I'm going to be sharing a little bit more about my living abroad journey. I'm going to be answering your questions as well. So if you have any questions about living abroad or moving abroad, let me know below in the comments. Put a number one if you're new here. Put a number two if you are not new. If you are back, and put a number three if you want to move abroad. Let me see y'all numbers in the comments. Thank y'all so much for double tapping that screen. I really appreciate the love. Oh, not your first time. Okay, great. So you already know how great it is then. Just got back from Asia. I love Asia. What part of Asia were you in? Hello, Amanda. Welcome. Glad you're enjoying Colombia as well. Yeah, it's my third time here. So I am a big fan of Colombia. Welcome, y'all. So like I said, we're going to be talking about how to move abroad. We're going to be sharing more about my journey. For those of you who are new here, welcome. For those of you who are not here, welcome back. My name is Bianca, and last year, my husband and I left the United States to live abroad as digital nomads. So let me know in the comments, drop the word yes if you know what a digital nomad is. Drop the words no if you do not know what a digital nomad is, or maybe you've heard of it, but you're not exactly sure. Amanda says, I'm in Colombia. Wait a minute. Why are so many people here in Colombia? Is my content attracting people in Colombia now? That's crazy. First time here and I hate it. I had to hire a bodyguard. What? What part of Colombia are you in? I was in multiple countries in Asia, but I just left Thailand. Love Thailand. Thailand is one of my top 3 favorite countries. The FYP does that. I mean, yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, I guess that's pretty solid. But I'm just not used to having multiple people in the same country. Sabaneta. Amanda, what? That's crazy. You need a bodyguard in Sabaneta. Also, why are you in Sabaneta? Like, thank y'all so much for the hearts. So, last year, me and my husband left the United States to live abroad as a digital nomad. So we are nomadic, which means we move around from place to place. And then whenever you pop the word digital in front of it, that just means we can work from anywhere. Okay. So, we've been in 10 different countries since last year. February 4th, last year, we got on a one-way flight to Brazil, but we've also been in Spain, Vietnam, Thailand, Japan, China, Indonesia, Panama, Colombia, Mexico. Like, we've been in 10 different countries since last year. And like I said, I've been going live so that I can share the journey and answer your questions. So let me know in the comments, what questions do you have about moving abroad? What questions do you have about living abroad? What do you feel like has been holding you back if you are someone who also wants to live abroad and you want to experience this life? Thank y'all so much for the hearts. Robledo and Laurellis are my favorites. I've never heard of Robella, but I definitely like Laurellis. I've been solo traveling for 3 years, but this is the first country I felt unsafe. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Amanda. So are you like, so what's your plan then? Are you going to like leave or like, I mean, I'm genuinely curious here because if I had to hire a bodyguard somewhere, I probably would just be like, nah, I'm out. And I mean, I get it. You know, it's definitely different strokes for different folks. Well, I feel like one of the hardest parts about being a traveler is that you have to accept the fact that that people have different experiences in like people have different experiences all over the world. Okay. Like I remember my husband kind of called me out because I was talking to a friend of mine who was saying that like she hated Mexico. And I remember being like offended because like Mexico is my favorite country. And he's like, babe, you're not even Mexican. And I'm like, I know, but it just hurts my heart whenever I hear that someone didn't have a great time in Mexico because I love the country so much. But at the end of the day, people have different experiences in every country. Okay. Like Panama is always my go-to example because in Panama, like before I went to Panama, I literally heard so many great things. I felt like everybody was hyping up Panama, and me and my husband got there and we were like, okay. Like we thought we were going to stay there minimum 2 months, but instead we ended up leaving after 5 weeks because like I said, it's not that we hated it, but it just really was not our cup of tea. And at the end of the day, like I said, that's a very common thing. And, you know, one of the questions that I get all the time about moving abroad, living abroad, people are like, where should I go? Where should I go? What's the best country for this? What's the best country for that? And y'all, at the end of the day, every country is going to have its advantages and disadvantages. You have to decide which advantages and disadvantages matter most to you, okay? Everybody loves to talk about how incredible Thailand is and how it's the best country and all the things. Oh my God, I love Thailand. I love Thailand. But people don't tell you that in Thailand, you be schmelting. You be schmelting, okay? Because it be hot. If you're in like Bangkok, Phuket, Krabi, like Pattaya, like y'all, it be hot in Thailand. And listen, I love me some Thailand. But listen, being here in Medellin now, like I remember like just this morning, thank you, Amanda. I was literally expressing gratitude because I was like, oh my God, I am so grateful that I am now in a city where I can walk every single day. Every single day I can walk. They literally call Medellin the city of eternal spring because that's just how nice the weather is here. And like hot here is like 76, 78. And listen, y'all, I'm from North Carolina. So calling 75 hot is like a joke, but that's how it is here. Like the Colombians be like, "Ay, mucho calor," and I be over here like, yeah, it's very hot. Meanwhile, back in the U.S., my family and friends are dealing with like 98-degree weather. So, you know, you have to choose the advantages and disadvantages that align with the life that you want to live, because what you want is not necessarily going to be what I want, what he wants, she wants, they want, whatever it is. You have to figure out what your needs, your wants, and your non-negotiables are. And I actually walked through all of this stuff in my MAPS course. For those of you who are interested in doing more of a deeper dive, for those of you who are like, Bianca, I really want to move abroad, but I just don't know where to start. I do have everything that you need in my MAPS course. MAPS stands for Moving Abroad Planning Series. If you're watching on YT, it's in the description. If you're watching on TikTok, it's at the link in my bio. And while I am live, y'all can actually use that promo code 20 spelled out for 20% off. So make sure y'all take advantage of that. For those of y'all who are for real about learning how to get out here, live abroad, travel on a budget, all the things. No, now I just have the bodyguard. Okay, so you're still enjoying it even though you don't feel safe, Amanda? And that's it. Kiera says trial and error. I was given a comparison on one of my lives from my time in Africa. Yeah, like I mean, everybody has different experiences. It's all about alignment at the end of the day. Exactly. And also, like, you never know how you're going to feel in a country, y'all. That's the other thing. Is I can sit here and tell you, people love to be like, well, why did you choose Colombia? Well, what do you love about Mexico? And I'm like, that's fine. I'm happy to share my experience, but I'm going to be real with y'all. I'm going to give y'all an answer y'all ain't going to want to hear. It don't really matter. It doesn't matter why I like a country, because at the end of the day, I can list all the things I like about a country and you might get here and still hate it. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. Some of y'all asking the wrong questions, because at the end of the day, the real question is, what you gonna do? You're gonna not go because you might not like it. You're gonna not go to Panama because I didn't have the best time there. You're gonna not go to Thailand because I talked about how hot the weather is. Like, y'all, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like, some of y'all just not travelers. And that's okay. Listen, that's okay. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but like I said, I'm just being real with y'all. That's part of travel. A big part of travel is going somewhere, recognizing you have no idea what it's going to be like. You can do your research. Listen, y'all love being in my comments and my DMs talking about all the research you're doing. There's nothing wrong with research. That's fine that you want to watch videos. That's fine that you want to study things about the culture before you get there. But just understand, it's very different reading something online than actually experiencing it. Okay. Me and my husband went to 9 different countries last year, and I cannot explain to you how, like, whenever we were in Thailand for less than 24 hours, we were both like, oh my God, like, we can see ourselves living here. Like, no, that has not happened in 24 different countries. Like, that has not. And there's a very big difference in me going to a country and enjoying that city versus me going somewhere and being like, I could live here. Okay. Very, very, very big difference. But at the end of the day, like I said, if you travel, you about that life, you know that it's all a risk. You might go there and hate it. You might go there and have the worst time, but it doesn't matter because you're a global girly. Because in your heart, travel is part of who you are. Because getting out of your comfort zone is part of what you do. There is no separation. Like, I'm a traveler now. Like, there's no part of me where that's like, oh, well, if there's like this point in time where I don't travel, y'all, there's never going to be a point in time where I'm not going to travel, because travel is part of my identity now. Somebody in here is listening to this and you think you want to move abroad, and you probably need to travel first. Let's get honest real quick. Let's get in the comments. Put how many countries you have traveled to outside of the US. It is not a competition. Everybody starts with one. I'm genuinely just curious, because I'm going to be real with y'all. Some of y'all haven't really been out of the US, but you think you want to go live abroad. And no, you don't. You need to go travel first. You need to go throw yourself into, hi Lady Day, you need to go throw yourself into the world of, I'm out of my comfort zone. I don't speak the language. I don't know how to get anywhere. You need to go and get out of your comfort zone before you decide that you're just going to go uproot your entire life. Everybody on here making living abroad look sexy. Y'all, there's a lot of great things about living abroad. I'm not mad at it, but I'm telling you, it's not for everybody. I see Lady Day says 12. Let me know in the comments. Y'all, why y'all being nervous? Don't be scared to drop y'all numbers, okay? Thank y'all so much for the hearts. Hi Trina, how long have you been abroad? I left the U.S. last year. I've been in and out of the U.S. since last year, but we kicked off our digital nomad journey in February of last year. Exactly. No matter how prepared you are, your experience will be what it is. Yeah, 100%. If you don't mind, what city were you in? So Trina, I did Bangkok, Phuket, Pattaya, Krabi, and Chiang Mai. Was that 5? Bangkok, Phuket, Pattaya. Yeah, 5. Yeah. Those are the 5 that I went. Bangkok was my favorite. They end up tucking their tails between their legs. It happens. Where do you live? I am currently in Colombia right now. But y'all, I'm a digital nomad. So like, I travel around from place to place. So y'all, whenever I first started living abroad, like the things that I'm telling y'all right now, I'm not telling y'all these things to scare you. I'm not telling y'all these things to, make you change your mind about living abroad. I really just want to be honest, because again, I feel like a lot of creators on this app talk about living abroad and they highlight only the sexy stuff. They kind of like leave out the things that are frustrating about living abroad, because there are things that are frustrating about living abroad. You have to choose your hard. It's all hard. It's all hard. I feel like one of the, do you know Stephanie Perry? Yeah, I know. I don't know her personally, but I do know of her. Y'all, you have to choose your hard. Okay. Like, it's all going to be hard. Like, people be like, oh, well, like, isn't it hard, like being away from your family? And I'm like, yeah, it is. Some days are harder than others. 100%. It is hard sometimes. Oh, well, isn't it hard being somewhere and you're not fluent in the language? Yeah, sometimes. It happens. Oh my God. Where were me and my husband last night and this was happening and we were literally laughing. Thank you so much, Rondell. What were we doing yesterday? We were literally laughing at the language barrier. Oh, we were at the spa yesterday. Thank y'all for the gifts. Thank y'all for the hearts. We were at the spa yesterday and basically first of all, the woman was trying to explain the steam room situation. And y'all, please let me just say for the record, I'm in Colombia where the native language is Spanish. Y'all, I speak Spanish. I've been speaking Spanish for years, but I'm not fluent. There's still moments where I have no idea what somebody is saying. And there were so many times yesterday, we were just kind of laughing because we were both trying to understand each other. Is that hard sometimes? Yes. People ask me about how I make money and I'm always very transparent. Y'all, I make money for myself. I do digital marketing. I do affiliate marketing. I have books published on Amazon. I do paid market research studies. I do cashback apps. I have a lot of different ways that I make money because why the hell not when we are in 2025 and there are so many different ways that y'all can be making money online, okay? There's so many different ways you can do it. So there's a lot of different ways that I make money online and people are like, oh, well, isn't it hard? Being an entrepreneur? Yeah, it is. I want to quit once a month, at least I want to quit once a month. I break down and cry sometimes. And I wonder, am I doing the right thing? Am I on the right path? Is this really what I'm supposed to be doing? There's times I'm like, Bianca, you should be so much further along in your business than you really are right now. Bianca, how could you still not have figured this out? Bianca, how are you still failing at all of these things? Yes, it's hard. But you know what else is hard? Going to a job I can't stand is hard. Spending 40, 50, 60 hours a week at a job that I don't care about is hard. Having to wait every 2 weeks, once a month, whatever it is, for my job to pay me is hard. Looking myself in the mirror, knowing that I'm going to a job that's not aligned with my purpose is hard. Being in a country where I don't feel safe because of the color of my skin is hard. Being in a country where they are literally poisoning us with ingredients that are illegal in other countries is hard. It's all hard. So you need to decide the hard that you want. Some of y'all asking the wrong questions. Is moving abroad hard? Here is the question. Is your life worth it? Are you worth it? Is you getting to live a slower life worth it? Is you being able to send your children to school with no worries that they're not coming home worth it? Is your mental health, is moving abroad and having mental peace? Is peace of mind worth it? You literally get to do this one time. We not getting out of this life alive, y'all. This is the crazy part. The crazy part is none of us are getting out of this alive. And so many of us live like we know how much time we have. You know why? Because we get caught up in the day-to-day BS. We get caught up in the matrix. Put a number 1 in the comments if sometimes you feel like in the US you are living in the matrix. That's one of the main reasons why we decided to leave. Hi, Smarter Than a Fifth Grader. It's one of the main reasons we decided to leave because we were tired of feeling like we were living in the matrix. We were like, are we just going to work, pay bills, and then die? Is there nothing else? Is this it? This is supposed to be success? We're working our lives away, always attached to a screen, whether it's a laptop or a TV or a cell phone. Y'all, I'm in Medellin, Colombia. People are outside. People are outside. People are having conversations with each other, not avoiding conversations with each other. Y'all know that some of the things that we make jokes about in the US is so sad. It is sad. We literally make jokes about wanting to avoid people. We make jokes about how oh, well, I'm going to go to self-checkout because I don't want to have to talk to the cashier while I was walking and this other person was walking their dog and I crossed the street so I wouldn't have to avoid them. Y'all, that's fucking weird. It is weird. We're not supposed to want to avoid conversations with other humans. We joke about how we are so mentally exhausted after our jobs that the only thing we have energy to do afterward is go home, or if you're already home, move from one part of the couch to the next part of the couch and go binge the latest season of Love is Blind. We joke about watching TV for hours and hours a day. Y'all, that's sad. There's a big, beautiful world out there. And you're going to look back in 10, 20, 30 years and we're going to be like, I'm so glad I got through every season of Too Hot to Handle. I'm so glad I never missed a season of this. You're going to be like, damn, I didn't go nowhere. I didn't do anything. I gave all my energy to this job that didn't give a shit about me. Now I'm at retirement age and I still got to work. Damn, I said I wanted to travel and all I've been to is Cancun on a damn cruise. I got hundreds of videos saved on social media about moving abroad and I never did it. Y'all need to have a mindset shift around what you need to be asking. Stop asking if it's hard because you can do hard things. Some of y'all are going through some hard shit right now. Some of y'all are going through some hard shit right now. Some of y'all just got over some hard shit. Some of y'all about to go into some more hard shit. You know why? Because it's life. Life be lifing for everybody. Y'all, sometimes I gotta hurt y'all feelings. You're not that unique. Your situation is not that unique. Bianca, well, I want to move abroad, but I got kids. Baby, there's kids on every planet. Sorry. There's kids in every country on this planet. Well, Bianca, I want to move abroad, but I got a dog. Somebody moved abroad with 3 dogs. Well, I want to move abroad, but I have a disability. Somebody moved abroad with 3 disabilities. I want to move abroad, but I'm a person of color. Whoop-de fucking do. You don't got excuses. Like you get to do this one time. So you have to ask yourself, what's most important for you? Life is going to be hard regardless because that's life. What type of hard do you want to deal with? So what if moving abroad is hard? So what if it's going to cost you some extra money? You have a 100% success rate of figuring out everything in your life up until right now. Why can't you figure out moving abroad? Because of self-sabotage? Because you're talking yourself out of it? Because you're over here listening to haters? You're over here listening to somebody tell you about how dangerous Mexico is. They ain't even got a passport. They ain't never been. You over here listening to the news tell you that the U.S. is the safest country. Y'all, the U.S. is on the travel advisory list. Do y'all know there's a peace index out there? There's a peace index. It's called the Global Peace Index. Do y'all know there's almost 200 countries on this planet? Y'all, the United States is not even in the top 100. Because so many people are just living their lives on autopilot, working themselves to death, trying to climb a corporate ladder that ain't gonna do nothing but fall over the moment it becomes more convenient for that company to no longer have you. Some of y'all out there depending on jobs and they already talking about having to let you go. Y'all don't want to hear this today, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Nobody's gonna take your excuses from you. You get to keep them. You get to keep them. Put a yes in the comments if you're willing to admit that a lot of times you self-sabotage yourself out of the life that you really want to live. I know. I've been there. I've done it. I have done it. Okay? Y'all, you can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make him drink. Let me see. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get back in the comments. I was in a rollover car accident a few years back. Ooh, I'm so glad you are okay. Never will I wait for retirement again. I believe it. I believe it. Exactly. Choose your heart. Just another influencer trying to get Americans to migrate so others can take our country over. Oh, we have a troll who's also a conspiracist. Good morning. Good morning. U.S. government is doing a good job on its own. Y'all, these trolls do not even be really phasing me no more. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm just like, if y'all have nothing better to do than go on somebody else's live and talk shit, then okay, welcome. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for the engagement. You obviously need some attention because you're not getting it from mom and your daddy. So, all right, there you go. Thank y'all so much for the hearts. I appreciate y'all tapping that screen. One of the reasons I am so passionate about that engagement helps. I'm like, you want to talk shit? Run me up. All I ask is that you tap the screen, okay? You gonna come in here and talk shit? That's fine. Just talk shit while you tapping, okay? Help me battle these algorithm streets. I appreciate y'all. One of the reasons why I am so passionate about travel and living abroad is because of how much it's changed me. I am forever changed because of the things and the things I've seen, the experiences I've had, the people that I have met outside of the United States. Y'all, get out of your bubble. I lived in the US bubble. And you know what? You might travel and decide living abroad isn't for you, and that is perfectly fine. But baby, you got to find out for yourself. You know why? You got to find out for yourself because y'all, can't nobody do it for you. And what's worse? Tell me, what is worse? Moving abroad, being abroad for 3 months, 3 years, whatever it is, and then going back to the US and recognizing like, okay, well, you know what? I did it for a while. I had this experience. Maybe it wasn't for me, or not doing it at all. And then always wondering if your life would have changed. Like always wondering how would your life have been different? What types of experiences would you have had? Who would you have met? Y'all, get out of your bubble. I had no idea how ignorant I was until I started traveling. Because living in a bubble, y'all, that produces ignorance. How can it not? The United States is one country out of 190 something countries on this planet. Go get out there and see the world. On a scale of 1 to 10, let me know in the comments. In a scale of 1 to 10, how serious are y'all about living abroad? Drop in the comments. Let me see your number. Lady Day says, I've been in 12 countries. Every time I leave, I lose weight. My skin clears. I get anxious every time I have to return to the US. I know it. I 100% believe it. Like, when I tell you, oh my God, when I got back to Colombia this time from the US, y'all, it was like, it literally was like there was like a veil over my face, and like the veil was lifted. Like it just felt like a certain level of peace that I just don't have when I'm in the US. And y'all, there's good and bad things about every country. I'm not saying there are bad, everything about the United States is bad. There are great things about living in the US. We have a lot of privilege being US citizens, and being US citizens with a passport, we have a lot of privileges, okay? Like that, like it's true. But when it comes to living my day-to-day life, I am happier abroad. And I go live because of the amount of people that are constantly telling me that they want to live this life. If you want to live this life, it's possible for you. Like, stop holding you back. Because that's literally all it is. It's self-sabotage. I have those thoughts too, okay? Those thoughts of like, what am I doing? Am I going to be able to figure this out? And like, am I making a mistake? Y'all, being nervous is normal. But being nervous means you doing big shit. Y'all, people out here who are they're not getting nervous. People out here who are not getting out of their comfort zone, they're settling for mediocre lives. Because if you're not getting out of your comfort zone, you're not doing big shit. Y'all don't know anybody. You cannot name one person in your life doing big shit and they didn't have to fail. They didn't have to get it wrong 5, 10, 20, 100 times. They didn't have to get uncomfortable. Y'all, I have had to get uncomfortable so many times to get to where I am today. Some of y'all want to live in that comfort zone. You want to so bad. And like I said before, ain't nobody going to take it from you. If that's what you want, do it. Thank y'all so much for the hearts. Let me see. US is the greatest country on earth. Oh, I see you're still in here for the attention. Okay. A whole world out there. Exactly. Did you find it easier to connect with others when you moved to another country? Oh, 100%. And there was a girl here who I met in Brazil last year. She lives in the US, and she was literally just saying she left last week. And she was literally just saying how like she's so lonely. Like if she's kind of from like California, but she lives in New York right now. But she's saying like how lonely it is and how hard it is to just meet people organically. And everybody is so busy. Everybody is so busy. Everybody got things to do. Like, it's just, 100%. It is much easier for me to connect with others. It's also a lot easier to support local cultures out here. Like I've been in the entrepreneurial space for some time now, and I love being able to support small businesses. The United States makes it so hard to support small local businesses, and they make it so easy to make the businesses that are already rich richer. I am guilty. Okay. I am guilty. I'm guilty. When I'm in the US, I'm getting Amazon packages almost every day. You know why? Because it's convenient and it's less expensive. And I hate it because I'll see a small business owner saying something and then I'll be like, you know what? I'll be like, you know what? Yeah, I want to go support them. But you know what? It's half the price on Amazon and free shipping. I'm not proud. I'm just being honest with you. The culture in the United States makes it so easy to make the rich companies richer. And whenever I'm abroad, like I love being able to give back to the local communities. It's so much easier here. Nikki says moving to Belize as soon as the house sells, period. Have you been? I've never been to Belize. Have you been there? Every time I have traveled in the world to Finland, Egypt, blah, 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 I can't wait to get home. Good. I'm glad that you go back home. Saying Rondell says happier abroad, period. Where are you living at, Rondell? My house and car are paid off. I am not going anywhere. So why are you in here? Y'all, it never stops making me laugh that like people will be like, well, I don't agree with you. Well, let me just come here and tell you all the reasons you're wrong. And I'm like, if you got the time, okay, love that for you. Difficult to find serious companies for remote work. Yeah, no, I hear you. Sorry, I saw a comment coming on YT. I'm gonna read that in a second. What was I just talking about? Oh yeah, the remote jobs. No, I hear you. And I know there's like a lot of scams right now in terms of, thank you, James. I know there's a lot of scams right now in terms of remote jobs as well. Like y'all, there's two things I'm gonna tell you. Number one, you just, if you are that dedicated to getting a remote job, then you got to keep applying. Because what else you gonna do? Get creative. Don't just be on Indeed. Don't just be on LinkedIn. Make sure you're sending direct messages to people. Make sure you're going out and networking, like getting certifications, because y'all, I'm going to tell you, the job market is garbage. Garbage. Okay. They out here wanting people. They out here trying to pay people with master's degrees, $20 an hour. And then before they even get you on an interview, they asking you to submit blog posts and videos and all this shit. This is why I learned how to make money for myself. So I didn't have to depend on a job. Y'all, and for those of y'all who want to learn how to make money for yourself, I have a resource in my bio called the Cash Flow Come Up Checklist. It is specifically for people who want to learn how to make more money, whether you want to move abroad or not. There's so many different options for learning how to make more money, and I give my favorite remote job resources in there as well. It's called the Cash Flow Come Up Checklist, and that's at the link in my bio. Here in Peru now. Period. Are you living there? Some people in the comments don't even understand U.S. trauma. Please swipe up. Child, listen, I have literally had to learn. I'm like, and it's not easy. I'm human and also like, I'm also kind of petty. So I do be liking to clap back, but I be having to remember like Bianca, stay enlightened. Stay enlightened. You know what Michelle Obama say, when they go low, you go high. I be like, Michelle, I need you to pick me up, baby, because when they go low, I'm like, take him out by the ankles. Tell me you're an air sign when I tell me you're an air sign. Oh, you're in Guyana? Oh my God. Me and my husband were actually talking about, we've been in limbo. Me and my husband were just talking about that country because we rarely ever hear people talk about Guyana. Like, I feel like even in like some of like the big travel groups that I'm in, I only really see people talk about there if they're from there. So like, are you from there, or did you just like randomly, like, how did you even decide to go there? And how did you like it? How do you like it? James said, I see your videos pop up from time to time. It warms my heart to see a Black woman get out of the States and see the world and be able to live a free life. We've been out for 7 years now, period. Thank you so much, James. I appreciate you. 3 months traveling, living through teaching English. Oh yeah, teaching English is also a great option for making money while living abroad. Going to Colombia next and then Thailand to work. Yes. Do you have the TEFL certification? I'm traveling to see where I want to live before making a commitment first. Yeah, I feel like that's kind of what me and my husband are doing as well. I studied abroad in Melbourne, Australia. It was a motivator for me. I really want to move out of the U.S. Yes, Ashley. See, y'all, and this is the other thing that I want y'all to keep in mind. Living abroad doesn't have to be like one way to do it. Okay. Like you can go live abroad for 1 month. You can go live abroad for a couple months. You can, teach English. You can do trusted house sitters. You can do world packers. There's so many different ways. You can do a scouting trip. There's so many different ways that you can live abroad if you're not ready to take the full leap. Put the word leap in the comments if you're like, Bianca, I'm ready to take the leap. Let's just get it. I don't care. And put the words test in the comments if you would prefer a test drive. And y'all, there's no right or wrong answer. Let me be very clear. I had a test drive. Okay. Excuse me. And I am not mad at the people who take the big leap, but I'm telling you, like, that doesn't have to be for everybody. This is one reason I love going live, is because I get to explain and express to people, y'all, if you are willing to be flexible, you'd be surprised at how soon you can start living abroad. If you stop thinking, oh, living abroad means I got to sell my house, I got to get rid of my dog, I got to poach my children, whatever the hell it is. If you stop looking at it from that perspective and you recognize there are a lot of different ways to experience living outside of the United States, you'd be surprised at how quickly you can live abroad. And for those of y'all who are newer in here, I mentioned this a little bit earlier, but my MAPS course, the Move Abroad Planning Series, is at the link in my bio. Y'all, you could use the promo code 20 spelled out for 20% off while I'm live. If you're watching on YT, it's in the description. If you're watching on TikTok, it's at the link in my bio. Y'all, everything that you need to get the F out of the United States to start living abroad is in the MAPS course, okay? I'm talking to the people who are for real, for real. Some of y'all are still kind of like teetering on the edge a little bit. Some of y'all are like, well, I'm not really sure if I even want to give it a shot. That's fine. I'm talking to the people who feel this shit in their spirit. Put the word spirit in the comments if you know that it is part of your life's mission to experience living outside of the United States. Put the word spirit in the comments if this is a soul-led purpose for you, because I'm not talking to everybody. I'm not talking to the people who just want to live abroad because they make it look sexy on social media. I'm talking to the people who feel this in their soul, okay? Y'all, if I can make it happen, you can make it happen. Ella says she's ready to leave. Let's get it. I'm test driving at a slow pace, not a vacation. Exactly, same. Was in Bali for a month and then went to Hong Kong for a minute, just left DR. Now I'm back in Cali, period. I'm in Colombia right now. I see them spirits in the comments. Ashley, Sticky Gold, Shah. I was dying in the U.S., refused to live and work. No living. Oh, child, that's survival mode. That's survival mode. Yo, I didn't even know I was living in survival mode until I left the U.S. Until I started living abroad, I didn't even realize I was living in survival mode. You know why? Because my life was on autopilot. I was going through the motions, everybody else. I thought it was normal to constantly be on a struggle bus. I thought it was normal to constantly be broke, living check to check. I thought it was normal to just be everybody trauma bonding about how expensive eggs are. I thought it was normal to be working every single day, still wondering where all the hell the money is going. I thought these things were normal. And then I started traveling and I was like, oh, these places shut down on Sundays. Y'all about to see this because y'all know Black Friday coming up. Y'all, do y'all, and I know some of y'all remember this. Listen, do y'all remember when Black Friday was just Black Friday? Like that was it. Like it was like, okay, you got this one day and this is it. You get it or you don't. And then it was like Black Weekend, right? It would be like, okay, we're still gonna roll some stuff over. Y'all, now it'd be like Black Friday all month. Listen, I'm not even mad about that. The thing that gets me is I remember, y'all, this was like the day before Thanksgiving. And I remember watching, I think it was like JCPenney or something. And it was literally like, it was like doors open at 5 p.m. on Thanksgiving. And I was like, y'all trying to get people out of the house to leave their families on Thanksgiving. And now this is what I mean. You got stores open on Christmas. Y'all, you don't see that shit abroad. They take their holidays seriously. They take their rest seriously. outside in the tents, y'all. And you know what, like I said, I'm not mad at companies who are thank you for joining, Rondell. I'm not mad at you promoting your business. I'm a business owner, I fully support it, but I need y'all to wake up to the bigger picture. James said when your eyes open, it's hard to stay in the US. That's the piece. That's the piece right there, y'all. Once you become woke, you cannot be unwoke. Exactly. And like capitalism has its benefits. I'm not going to sit here and lie. Capitalism has its benefits, but baby, you better tread that line real carefully. Because putting profit above people has been the way of the US for so long. And y'all, I'm not telling you not to be about your bag. Be about your bag, but understand. Everybody thinks they want more money, y'all. We don't even care about money. What we want is freedom. We want the freedom of choice. We want the freedom to wake up and do whatever we want to do that day. Y'all, now that I have multiple streams of income, now that I have learned how to make money online, why the hell would I go back to somebody telling me, well, here's your salary? Where here's your hourly wage. This is the amount of days that you're allowed to take off. Y'all, my mom was a college dropout. My dad didn't even finish high school. I didn't grow up with money. People love to look at other people online and think that, oh, well, they could figure out because XYZ. This is literally why I go live. Because I want y'all to understand that as somebody who grew up lower middle class, Black and broke in the United States, I've still traveled to 24 countries. I still live abroad. I still have 10 different income streams that I can make from anywhere in the world. And I literally teach you how to do all these things in the MAPS course for y'all who are serious. For those of you, because y'all, whenever I ask people, I'm like, what's stopping you? What's stopping you? Well, I don't know where to start. I don't know how I'm going to make money. This is exactly why I created the MAPS course, so that you can have a one-stop shop for everything you need. If you're on YT, it's in the description. If you're watching on TikTok, it's at the link in my bio. Y'all, take advantage of the live bonus. You can use the promo code 20 spelled out for 20% off. Take advantage of the live bonus for those of you who are action takers. There's even a Klarna and Afterpay option for any of you who want to use a payment plan, because listen, I get it. There's a reason why me and my husband decided to leave. And I'm not saying that this life is for everybody, but I'm telling y'all, baby, when it's for you, it's for you. Okay? When it's for you, it is for you. I've never heard of the YT app. Am I saying it right? You have definitely heard of it. I don't say it on here because TikTok doesn't like it, but I'm talking about TubeU. TubeU backwards. That's YT. If you're watching right here, it's in the description. If you watch it right here, the course is at the link in my bio. Y'all, so I'm not going to be on here that long. So for those of y'all who want to take advantage of the live bonus, make sure you grab it, because I'm gonna be off here soon. Let me check back in over here. Hi, Angela. Thank you so much for the gift. I appreciate you. T says, serious struggle. Oh, where are you living? I'm in Colombia right now. Serious struggle being a nurse. We are all struggling, not normal. Government is shut down and they don't care about citizens. Still taking them taxes, though. We have freedom of choice here in the U.S. You always have. Glad to know you are now independent. It's called taking control of your own actions. Congratulations. Thank you. Okay, that one I answered. In the U.S., you blamed others for your plight. What is your name? Machu? Honestly, I can't even tell. I literally can't even tell if you're talking shit or not. like sometimes people come in here and they leave these comments and I'm like, are you in here to troll? Are you in here? Like, I don't even know. Honestly, I don't care either. Just like, let me know so I can respond accordingly. It's really how I feel. How are you, Angela? No, shut up. Y'all be cracking me up. Okay, y'all. I'm about to go over all the things that you get at the MAPS course before I get up off of here. If y'all have any questions about the course or any questions about living abroad, let me know now. I actually have a podcast recording coming up soon. That's why I got to get off of here. Whew. Y'all, we tried to go out for Halloween last night. That was a joke. By the way, I do have a new vlog on YT, by the way, where I'm like doing more behind the scenes stuff for anybody who wants to check that out. I'm going to give y'all my Halloween story. I am good. And Colombia is as incredible as always. You know, we love it here. Oh, now I got, how many of these do I got open? Thank y'all so much for the hearts. I appreciate y'all. Okay, so day one in the, hold on, let me make sure I can still see YT over here. Okay, there we go. Bianca. Good God, all these tabs open is crazy. Okay, there we go. There we go again. Okay, y'all, so day one. For those of y'all who've been rocking with me, y'all know that I am constantly talking about the importance of mindset. Oh, which is funny. I think the troll actually mentioned that too. Y'all, moving abroad is 80% mindset. 80%. You think it's visas. You think it's choosing your country. You think it's moving your dog. No. 80% of moving abroad is mindset. Thank you for the shares, Angela. Y'all, it is mentally preparing for your new life abroad. It is learning how to reframe the limiting beliefs that come in your mind. It's learning how to stop the self-sabotage, okay? 80% of moving abroad is mindset. So day one, oh, hold on, I never even told you, I never even gave y'all the breakdown for the course. So y'all, in the MAPS course, there are 12 videos. I went live 12 days in a row on all things moving abroad. And then there's also a workbook that goes along with the course. So you can print it out or you can do it online, however you want. And then you also get my 23-page resource guide. So basically the way I kind of look at it is like the Move Abroad resource guide, which is also at the link in my bio. Y'all can grab that if you're not ready for the full course, but but don't get both, because the Move Abroad resource guide, it actually comes in the course, but it's basically like the written version of the course. So it's like it has all the information you need, but it's just in a written version versus the videos, right? So if you like this kind of encounter where you can hear me, you can see me, this is why like the course will be better for someone like that. But day one is going to be mindset. How to manifest this life of living abroad, how to mentally prepare yourself, how to get into the mindset of someone who is about to leave their home country, because y'all, it's a big deal. It is a big deal. I move at the end of December. I'm mentally prepared. However, my family is so negative about it. You got to stop talking to them about it around the globe. Talk to somebody else. You got these people in these comments section in here. These people on the same wavelength as you. If you need to find you a stranger, y'all, sometimes you get more love from strangers on the internet than you do from your own people. Ooh, I wish it wasn't true. I wish it wasn't true, but it is. Sometimes you get more love from strangers on the internet than you do from your own people. I tell people all the time, if your mama don't support your Move Abroad journey, stop talking to her about it. Because the thing is, y'all, what's understood between you and you don't got to be explained to nobody else. Okay. Okay. Let me try to stay focused because I need to get up off of here. For those of you who want to take advantage of the live bonus, don't forget to use that promo code 20 spelled out for 20% off of the MAPS course. If you're watching on YT, it's in the description. I'm getting over a cold, y'all. If you're watching on TikTok, it's at the link in my bio. So day one is mindset. Day two is preparing to leave. Things like health insurance, moving, packing, how much money you need to move, how to tell your family and manage those relationships, manage those family dynamics, or maybe your friends, whoever it is, documents that you are going to need. That's all in day two. Days number 3, 4, and 5 are all about how to choose the place that is best for you. Thank y'all for the gifts, and thank y'all for tapping the screen. I appreciate y'all. We spent 3 days talking about how to choose the place that's best for you, because obviously that's one of the questions that I get the most. It's like, how do I know which country is going to be good for me? So day 3, we talk about moving abroad versus settling. Let me know in the comments. Put the word nomad if you want to move around from place to place, you want to travel for a bit, and put the word settled if you just want to stay in one place. There is no right or wrong answer. There are advantages and disadvantages to both. In fact, I did an entire breakdown of the of like the pros and cons of living or of like moving around versus being settled. There are pros and cons about, okay, I'm saying nomad in the comments. Okay, ain't nobody trying to be settled. I'm weak. I'm here for it. Listen, I'm a nomad, so obviously like I get it. Like I said, there are definitely advantages and disadvantages to both. We also talk about cost of living, how to actually calculate your cost of living abroad so that you can know how much money you're going to need while you're living abroad. Y'all, people love to ask the question, how much money do I need to move? And y'all, I'm not telling you that's not a valid question, but what's more important is how you're going to be making money while you are abroad, knowing what your cost of living is going to be so you can understand the amount of money that you need to make, and you can make sure that you're making that money whether you're making it for yourself or you're making it from a remote job or wherever. We also talk about if you have any like scenarios that you want to make sure don't, fall by the wayside. For thank y'all for the hearts, thank y'all for the gifts. For those of you who want to make sure, like, hey, Bianca, I'm Black, I want to go somewhere else where there's Black people. Bianca, I'm queer, I want to go where there's going to be a queer community. Bianca, I have a disability, I want to make sure that I'm going to go to a city that has accessibility friendly options. Bianca, I'm moving abroad with kids, I want to go to a place that has good schools. Bianca, I have a pet, I want to make sure that I can take my dog, my cat, all of this, places that speak English, visa options, countries that offer dual citizenship, taxes, all of this is in day number 3, y'all. We're only 3 days in. We're only 3 days in out of 12 in this course. This is why I say everything that you need is in the MAPS course. Y'all, stop being afraid to take the leap. For those of you who are serious, stop being afraid to take the leap. Stop being afraid to invest in yourself. And y'all, the number one thing people ask me, how do you afford this? How do you make money? That's the number one question that I get. We have to stop thinking that money has to come from a job. I'm going to tell you right now, y'all, I've been in entrepreneurial space for a long time at this point, 2017. Different businesses, but I've been in the entrepreneurial space for a minute, and I'm telling you, I've invested tens of thousands of dollars into my personal and professional development. And if people will try to be in my comments talking about, oh, well, you're doing this, or you're promoting this, or you're charging for this, and I'm like, y'all, I'm not trying to throw y'all no shade, but if you feel like investing $300 is the biggest deal of your life, you're not ready to move abroad. I'm not saying that to throw shade, because at the end of the day, maybe you're not ready, and that's okay, because you can start where you are. What I'm going to tell you is to start with your mindset. Start thinking about what you really want out of life. Start really looking at the people in your life, whether you know them personally, whether you don't. Look at their stories, look at their journeys, look at the things that they have done, okay? Because one of the main reasons that I've gotten to where I am today is because I have invested in myself. And this is also why I give the payment plan option for anybody who needs it. There is Afterpay in Klarna if you want to take advantage of that. But don't, again, y'all, because somebody forgets to use the promo code and maybe in my DMs later, okay? Don't forget to use that promo code to get that live bonus for the 20% off. See, thank you so much for all the roses. Okay, so where are we at? Day number 3? So day number 4 is also how to choose the best place for you. Here is where I walk you through how to break down your wants, your needs, and your non-negotiables. So I ask you a series of questions so you can understand what it is that you want and need out of your new country, out of your new city. Some of y'all think that you do everything because you're like, oh, I know I want to go to Thailand, but what part of Thailand? Because Bangkok is nothing like Phuket, and Phuket is nothing like Chiang Mai. Oh, I know I want to go to Colombia, but what part? Because Cartagena is nothing like Bogota, which is nothing like Medellin. Okay, well, I want to go to Spain. Okay, where are you going? Are you going to Madrid? Are you going to Valencia? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I also talk about how to actually get more specific on the actual city that you want to move to. Day 4 is also whenever we talk about any try before you buy options. So I told y'all earlier, moving abroad doesn't have to be going from A to Z. You can do a little test drive. You can do a test drive. You don't have to go do it all at once, okay? So we talk about different ways that you can test it out in day 4. Day number 5 is where I spend time going through my personal recommendations. So I told you I've traveled to 24 countries. So day number 5, we're still talking about how to choose the best place for you. But Like I said, I'm giving you my personal recommendations. Day number 6, I got to speed this up because I got to get off of here. Day number 6, traveling and living abroad on a budget. Y'all, I am not ashamed to admit one of the main reasons that my husband and I have been able to afford to travel to 10 different countries since last year is because we have learned how to travel on a budget, how to get the best deals on flights, how to never pay full price for Airbnbs, negotiating. All of that stuff is in day 6. Day number 7 is housing. Where are you going to live? How are you going to find the best place for you? How are you going to make sure that you're in a good neighborhood? How are you going to make sure that your neighborhood is in a spot where, you know, you can walk to the grocery store or you have easy access to public transportation? All of this. I made so many housing mistakes. Do better than me. Okay. Days number 8 and 9, how to make money while you are abroad. I give you my favorite remote job resources. We talk about starting your own business. We talk about teaching English abroad. Y'all, days 8 and 9 are all about how to make money while you are abroad. For those of you who are just now joining, we're going through my MAPS course, everything that's in it. For those of you that want to take advantage of the live deal for that 20% off, grab it at the link in my bio. If you're watching on TikTok, if you're watching on YT, grab it out of the description. I got a couple more minutes because I'm about to get off of here. I got to go get ready for this podcast recording. But for those of you that want to take advantage, for the action takers, use that promo code 20 for 20% off. So yeah, days number 8 and 9 are all about how to make money while you are living abroad. Day number 10 is going to be adjusting to your new life abroad, learning the language, getting immersed in a new culture, getting involved in the community, how to like make friends abroad. All of these things are in day 10. Day number 11 is how to keep home in your heart. For those of you who are leaving people behind, for those of you who have things, physical or tangible or intangible, that you want to bring with you. Like, don't feel like just because you're moving abroad, that means you have to let go of yourself, okay? There are certain elements that you might not want to let go of, and that's okay. And I was the same way. That's why I spent an entire day talking about how to keep home in your heart while you are still living abroad. Y'all, you don't have to live an or life. You can live an and life. You get to have it all. You are a powerful creator who can create a life that you cannot wait to wake up to, but you have to take action. Y'all got like 2 more minutes for those of you that want to take advantage of the live bonus, because I'm about to get off of here. And then day 12 was like an FAQ. So like I just answered a bunch of questions and I put them all together. Then and they're all together in the course. So y'all, like I said, you get the 12 videos, you get the 23-page resource guide, you get the workbook, all of this with everything that you need to know to move abroad from the US is in the MAPS course. What questions do y'all have for me, either about moving abroad or about the course, before I get up off of here? Oh, my husband got sick last week and then he got me sick. And I'm like 90% better, but I still have like that leftover, just like mucus, like sitting right here. And I'm like, but anyway, what questions do y'all have for me? Thank y'all for the hearts. What questions do y'all have? Those of you who already got the course, I see you. Thank you so much for your business. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm about to jump up off of here. So if y'all don't got no questions, your girl is about to head off. But like I said, y'all, everything that you need to get started. Hold on. I see a question. Got a remote job. How do I do a double VPN so my employers don't find out? You don't. You get a different job. I'm giving you my honest answer. You get a different job. Like, is there really something in that one job that is just like you cannot live without? Does it have to be that one? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is my personal opinion, because there are absolutely people out there who they lie. Okay, like they lie. For me, I'm not going through all that shit, keeping up a facade. I'm not doing it. Okay, I'm not doing it. You said yes, it's in mental health. So I don't know what you mean. Like, are you saying there are no other mental health jobs? Well, hold on. Let me answer your question. I don't know anything about a double VPN. I only know about a single VPN. So I don't have an answer for that. I know that in my last corporate job, my like big girl job that I left in December of 2023, I know that for them, like they had, and this was in big pharma, they had like their own VPN. So like with their own laptop. So like if I was using that laptop in order for me to work, I mean, there was some stuff I could do. I could use like Word, but like in order for me to like connect to the server for like 50% of the stuff that I needed for that job, I had to log into their VPN. So I don't know anything about a double VPN. If you figure that out, though, let me know. But y'all, just keep in mind, y'all, money is everywhere. Money does not have to come from a job. And again, this is coming from somebody who grew up in financial survival mode, watching my parents be in financial survival mode all the time. Hi, Marcia. Y'all, there's so many things that you can do to learn how to make money. It's why I have the cash flow come up checklist. Okay. My cash flow come up checklist is in my bio as well for anybody who wants to learn how to start making more money. So for those of you who got the course, again, thank you for your business. If you still want to get started with moving abroad, but you're like, Bianca, I'm not ready to make the full investment into the course, you can start with the Move Abroad resource guide. It still has everything you need. It's just in written form. So instead of it having the videos, it does still have everything you need. Marsha said, I was literally just watching videos 3 of 12. Marsha already got the course, period, Marsha. Marsha is already in there, y'all. She says she's watching videos 3 out of 12, okay? Y'all, get your popcorn, get your pen and your paper for those of you who have the course, because honestly, you're about to have your mind blown, okay? Because there is so, like, it would never be possible. It's actually why I did the 12-day series, because it would never be possible for me to try to put all that information into one live. It would literally be like a 20-hour live. This is why I broke everything up. For those of y'all who are serious, for those of y'all who are like, Bianca, I want to get out of the matrix. I want to live a slower lifestyle. I want peace of mind. I want safety for my children. I want to have all these really dope experiences from all these places that I keep saving all these videos for. You don't need to keep saving any videos. It's time for you to do something different so that you can live a different life. All right, y'all, I am off of here, but please make sure y'all hit follow if you have not already. I will be back for more, of course. Again, those of you who already got the course, thank you for your business. For those of you who, like I said, even if you're not ready for the course, you can also get my Move Abroad resource guide. That's in the link in my bio as well. I'll allow the live bonus for like a couple more minutes for anybody who's trying to get into it now. But after that, it's coming out of my bio, y'all. Otherwise, thank y'all again for joining. And yeah, I'll catch y'all next time.